Hey guys, welcome to Taste of the Town and to my dining room. I have not used this room since everything happened with COVID. You know, I said, let's kick it up a notch. I'm gonna make a special dinner for me and Gary, and we're gonna sit here in the dining room. I already have the table set for two. You need to think about doing the same thing. So I am going to start off with cocktails for us. I even set them up in the dining room here on my buffet. I'm going to make maybe some bacon wrapped scallops. I'll start us off with that to go along with the cocktails. Then I'm going to do, we love lamb. So I'm going to do a rack of lamb. I'm going to do some smashed red bliss potatoes, some fresh asparagus. Now, then, you know what? We're gonna have a little brownie cake with ice cream. So stay with me, don't go anywhere, and when we come back, I'll meet you guys in the kitchen.
Ready for a fresh start? Your happy place is right here on B&C's Taste of the Town with Marjorie Wordlaw.
Awesome!
Where life in the kitchen is fun.
This meal is just rocking and rolling.
Flavorful.
Delicious.
Oh, and Southern charm.
This is my handy dandy.
Yep, she's got all that too.
Boom, and that is that.
This is Taste of the Town with Marjorie Wordlaw.
I'm gonna start off by preparing my lamb. I've already cleaned it and just rinse it off, patted it dry. And what I did was I took the rack and I cut it in half because that way it's gonna cook. I'm not gonna just do this whole thing in the oven. I'm gonna actually start it on top of the stove in a nice cast iron skillet. So I've got some fresh thyme here. I've rosemary, garlic. Listen, garlic goes with everything. I'm just kind of smushing it a little bit because I want all of those flavors when I have it in the skillet to just kind of be released. And you could do this on your cutting board, but you know what? This works just fine for me. And I'm really only just trying to get it to release a little bit. Because I always love to put butter on my lamb. Oh, it's so wonderful on any kind of meat. So we're gonna just kind of go all over. And you know what? I always like to do the bones too, because actually I will season the bones with salt and pepper, because when you're eating it and that flavor is all the way to the bone, you just want to take and pick it up and just kind of like get all of that good little flavor and everything. So this is good. This is a pesto because I didn't make it, but Costco has an awesome brand. I use this on so many different things. So this works beautifully. We'll use that a little bit later. Now, salt and pepper. And you want it pretty generous. This is not just kosher salt. And pepper. And like I said, get it all on the bones. I'm gonna flip this over because I'm gonna put a little olive oil on this side. Okay, so we're gonna start. I just wanna start it off by getting a good sear. Oh, I always love to hear that. I think I should be able to put both of these in at the same time. Let me take that little thyme out first. Just a nice, good brown sear on it. Okay. So I would say 2 or 3 minutes, then we will flip it. And I've got this on a medium-high heat. Now let's go ahead and turn. Oh yeah, see, that's looking good. Oh, it smells wonderful. Let's try this one. See, that is beautiful. Oh, I know Gary is gonna love this. While that is still sizzling, so go ahead. We're gonna put in the thyme, put in the rosemary. Be careful because that thyme always pops. That heat has been lowered now, guys, to like a low. Then you put the garlic. And remember, all of that butter and the olive oil is just melting down. And that is just going to later be able to be taken and basted over the lamb. That is smelling so wonderful. Now, actually, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna turn this off right now because I don't want it to cook too much on the top because I'm gonna sit it inside the oven in just a little bit, as I told you. So watch me. Just gonna move it over. And now that is ready for me to come back to later. So our lamb is going, and you're just gonna notice all of those flavors are gonna begin to meld, and later I'll baste it and we'll put it in the oven. Okay, we are back. I'm getting ready now to get the bacon wrapped scallops together. Costco, I love Costco. I guess you've heard me say that before, but these are delicious. And as I would say, there is no shame to my game. When you can get it already frozen, just ready to go into the oven, hey, go for it. So I am going to put some of these on this pan. I'm gonna do maybe about 8 of these because we are gonna have, well, I'll do 10. How about that? Let's just do 10, fills up the little pan more. So hey, so these are gonna go into the oven right now, and they should be nice and crispy, and the scallops should be soft and tender. So I'm gonna put those in. They're gonna go into a 400-degree oven, 16 to 18 minutes or so. Oh, you guys, they smell wonderful. This is just a beautiful, simple way to do something nice and elegant. So I am a huge chocolate fan, you guys. I love chocolate. Good chocolate, okay, especially, but I like all kinds of chocolate. For these brownies, I love this Ghirardelli. It's a premium chocolate. It's absolutely wonderful. You say brownies. Let me tell you, when I make these up, and it's all about presentation, you're gonna wish that you were sitting here with me and Gary having this as well. They are super simple. This recipe is easy. I have here a 1/2 cup of butter. We have 1 cup of sugar, a 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. We're gonna use 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and then we're gonna use 1/3 cup of that hot, the premium chocolate I told you about. And then this is just extra because I told you how much I love chocolate. 2 eggs and vanilla. So first of all, we're gonna put the 1 cup of sugar, and let's just kind of stir that in good. Then we're gonna take 2 eggs. Just be careful so that you don't get shell. So 1 egg. I kind of just mix 1 at a time. Then you're gonna take and you're gonna put in your cocoa. So just dump your cocoa in there. And we're gonna stir that in, just kind of carefully. And then take your flour, 1/2 cup, and we're gonna do 1/4 teaspoon rather. We're gonna do the baking powder and also 1/4 teaspoon of the salt. This is kosher salt. And then we are going to use a teaspoon of vanilla. This is a really good vanilla. I got it in Mexico. And I actually bought several bottles of it because I find that this vanilla is so wonderfully rich. So we're gonna stir that up in there. Now, this is simply, you guys, a Hershey's bar. I'm gonna just add those to it. Make it a little bit richer, a little more chocolatey. Now, I have these little ramekins, and I'm gonna do these. That way, we can eat them individually. So all I did was just take butter, and just kind of butter the little ramekin, just like this. Oh, that's gonna be so good. So good, so good. When we come back, we're gonna see how I'm trying to put all of this together. All right, see you guys.
This is Taste of the Town with Marjorie Wordlaw.
These are some beautiful asparagus. As I told you guys, Gary picked these up for me. He loves asparagus also. But first of all, I don't like this big, rough, stalky end. So I'm gonna cut that off. So, and I love, again, my garbage bowl. This is a Rachel Ray Steele. That was such a good idea that, she came up with. So you look at how beautiful these already are. Now, sometimes you can find that some of the stems, the stalks can be a little rough. But if so, all you need to do is just go down, take your knife, and then that way, what you're doing is just helping to get rid of some of the stalks and some of that woodiness, that's on there. Now that I have the asparagus the way that I would like it, and I rinsed it off, I'm gonna again take a little olive oil, and we wanna just drizzle a little olive oil. Again, not too much, because you don't want them to soak in it, but we want them coated. And then we're gonna just sprinkle a little salt. And you know what? I'm not gonna do a lot of salt simply because I'm gonna also put some Parmesan on them. And Parmesan itself is salty. Pepper. And just kind of toss them here good. Here we go. We're gonna put the asparagus in. We have still not forgotten that our lamb is gonna go into the oven. So I've already boiled these, and I had them sitting so that, I can easily, take them out. So they're in a steamer basket, and so they are nice and done. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take the potatoes, and let's say, take a potato masher. So we said smashing them. So we're gonna just kind of come down, see there? Just, oh, okay, see they're coming. Sometimes just do things a little bit differently. That one. All right, well, that's coming, that's good. I will put those brownies in the oven just before we sit down because I want that to be nice and warm when I serve it. So when I come back, we're gonna be flipping these because they're gonna need to come nice and golden brown. And again, I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of Parmesan on those as well. So don't go anywhere. Let's see how I bring all of this together, okay?
This is Taste of the Town with Marjorie Wordlaw.
Ta-da! I am back. And this is cute casual, okay? So I want to at least look a little bit, nicer for Gary. And I don't know, ladies, if you have any of these, but oh my goodness, I love them. They're actually the pants type things, but look at the room. So when I eat, I don't have to worry about holding anything in. So See if you can find yourself one or two if you don't already own them. These are ready, and you want them when you can serve them nice and hot. Oh, I'm gonna put this, let's see, on the nice little serving plate. And I'm gonna put some raspberries, and I'm coming back. Oh, just good ice cream. Uh-oh. There we go. Oh, now, see all that fudgy goodness inside? Oh, that's gonna be just wonderful. Let's just put one more little scoop on that. And maybe I'll even do a little dollop of whipped cream. Now, let's get back to the lamb. So it's ready. I'm going to turn the oven up, and I'm actually going to put it on broil, and I'm going to put it on a high broil. So right there, as you can see, it's had plenty of time. It's sat, it's rested. So really the main thing that we want to do, I told you all earlier about this wonderful pesto. Well, here it is. It is good. It's got basil, and it has garlic, and it's Parmesan, and of course olive oil. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just take it and just drizzle it just over the lamb. We love it. I mean, I could just put a ton, but if you try this, you know, maybe see how your family feels first before you just, you know, load it up. And just a little additional Parmesan. And this is, again, just the powdered kind. That's all there is to that. This is gonna go under the broiler, and we're gonna let that go until it's just starting to bubble. And while I'm waiting for that, when I take the lamb out, Gary and I will meet you in the dining room, and we'll get ready to have some cocktails. Here's Gary. And you know what? I've got everything on the table for him, and I got a nice, what is this, a Cape Cod, which is cranberry juice and lime juice, freshly squeezed lime with lime, and vodka. So we're gonna enjoy these together, but I do want him to taste the food and just, you know, let you guys know what everything is tasting like. So go with the appetizer. Start with the appetizer. This is the bacon wrapped scallops.
All right.
Yep. You can take it off that skewer, maybe it makes it easier.
I'm going to cut around it because it's pretty.
Oh, okay. See, I told you, presentation is everything.
Right.
Okay.
Marvelous.
Are they good?
Marvelous.
Yes. So see, when you can go out and find it already, you know, basically prepared, don't kill yourself. Now, all right, I would like to try the lamb first. And remember, this is lamb that has the basil pesto, and it also has, we had the garlic, we have fresh rosemary and thyme, and that's all just kind of been basted. And this is prepared like a medium rare.
Very tender.
You know what? See, he just makes me want to cook for him all the time. Now, the smashed potatoes and the asparagus. That's it. Yes.
Oh, wow. Very good.
I am feeling good. Okay, so this is good. So this is your brownie a la mode, and with fresh raspberries and whipped cream and ice cream.
Now, you know, I'm not a chocolate eater, but I can eat this.
You can eat that?
I can eat this.
That's good?
Yeah, very good.
Okay, so that's real
But
good.
you know what? I'm going to stop because I want to do that before I finish.
Well, okay, then how about this? I will take and put this back, like I'm going to put that back into the refrigerator, in the freezer maybe for him. But I wanted you guys to be able to see what it was like. Okay, excellent. All right. You know what? We're going to let you guys go and go through your pantries and freezers and decide what it is you want to cook. We're going to sit down and eat. I'm going to make me a Cape Cod also. We love y'all. Take care of yourselves, and we will see you next week on Taste of the Town.
This is Taste of the Town